You're watching the Lab Video Game TV Live. Our game is never over.
Watch Season 13 of the Lab Video Game TV in 25 Caribbean countries only on Flow One. Download the Caribbean's premium streaming app Stream Blue to watch on the go. International video game and esports journalist Wayne Benjamin presents the Lab Video Game TV since 2003. Our game is never over.
I don't do a lot of standalone Quest titles, but if memory serves me correctly, there are not a lot of quality racing titles for standalone Quest. And although it may be too soon to call it, VR Formula One Racer Race Club by developer and publisher Mixer Lab Games is shaping up quite nicely. With so far a simcade feel to it, these F1 cars handle a whole lot better than I expected. Look out for more on Race Club from the Lab Video Game TV soon, thanks to the PR team for the MetaQuest access.
More Jamaican-made indie games. Will Ace Combat 8 have VR support? Did I find my best zombie apocalypse experience for 2025? It's season 13 and we're off to a great start for 2026. Kingston, Jamaica-based Sprite Wrench Studios is at it again with another Steam release. I got a bunch of new releases, indie, AAA, and VR to talk about. And I just may have found my favorite Undead Apocalypse experience for last year. Freestyle is still a thing for this season, for this year. You want in? Send your best gameplay clips to contact@thelabvideogametv.com to be featured on Flow One in 25 Caribbean countries. Grab a MetaQuest key for Breachers, your Rainbow Six Siege in VR. In this episode's Game Key giveaway. Be in the know. Visit the website at thelabvideogametv.com. Download the Stream Blue app to watch us on Flow on the go. Check out the Lab Video Game TV during the Sage Projects on Ontario's Island Radio, 101.3 FM and CJAI.ca every Thursday at 4 p.m. I'm the Sage and you've just entered The Lab.
Released January 29th, 2026 on Steam, PS5 and the Xbox Series platform by developer K148 Game Studio and publisher Jandu Soft. You're a private investigator with apparently a new disorder. It's called UFOphilia. In this first-person psychological horror experience, you investigate and explore the back of the beyond locations inhabited by anomalies. You're hell-bent on proving the existence of extraterrestrial life in Earth realm. So you're on a mission to track down and obtain photographic evidence of this phenomenon. Use the UFOphilia software to track, identify, and capture pictures of random aliens, never knowing which or what kind you may encounter. Some dangerous, some just as curious as you are and quite friendly. But it's a roll of the dice. Don't drop your guard. Things can go from ET phone home friendly to full-blown xenomorph category in the blink of an eye. Will you be ranked as a mere conspiracy tinfoil nutter or a distinguished Roswell agent? Only one way to find out, partner. Grab UFOphilia on your platform of choice and get to work. Thanks to Jandu Soft for the PS5 key. Look out for a stream of this one over on Trovo Live, YouTube, and Twitch from the Lab Video Game TV soon.
Watch Season 13 of the Lab Video Game TV in 25 Caribbean countries only on Flow One. Download the Caribbean's premium streaming app Stream Blue to watch on the go. International video game and esports journalist Wayne Benjamin presents the Lab Video Game TV since 2003. Our game is never over.
An indie VR experience has come a far way since its early access release last year. The Sage gets thrown out of plane by the undead, and you should never trust a VTuber. That's right, we've got more indie and VR games than you can shake a stick at. We've had our eye on Dixotomia by developer and publisher Deep Matrix since its early access launch, and while it's still a bit rough, the 1.0 is a huge improvement. The Sage takes on the undead yet again in a first impressions feature of City of Hunger VR. And there are some dark happenings in the world of VTubers, in the real face of a VTuber, and a whole lot more in gaming news. We're getting ready for more freestyle clips. You want in? Send your best gameplay clips to contact@thelabvideogametv.com to be featured on Flow One in 25 Caribbean countries. Grab a PSVR 2 key for System Critical 2 to get warmed up. Get prepared for the brutal System Critical 3 releasing later this year in this episode's giveaway. Be in the know. Visit the website at thelabvideogametv.com. Download the Stream Blue app to watch us on Flow on the go. Check out the Lab Video Game TV during the Sage projects on Ontario's Island Radio 101.3 FM and CJAI.ca every Thursday at 4 p.m. I'm Panda, and you've just entered The Lab, sending good vibes. You're watching the Lab Video Game TV Live. Our game is never over.
Welcome back to one more round of Select Live here on the Lab Video Game TV Live. Today it's going to be a short one. And by short, I mean about an hour. Because the thing is, I'll get into that in a second. Today I'm going to be running through some Millennium Runners. Millennium Runners was released originally on the 13th of November 2025. Then the 1.0 hit February 3rd, 2026 by developer Commodore Industries and publisher Over the Game. A special thanks to PR Hound for hooking me up with the Steam key. Greatly appreciated. Now you can I left a link, a Steam link in the chat on Trovo Live on YouTube and on Twitch. You can click on that and head on over and grab Millennium Runners if it seems like your kind of thing. Special thanks to all my viewers on Trovo Live, Twitch and YouTube. My Caribbean family, you can watch the TV series of the Lab Video Game TV in 25 Caribbean countries on Flow 1. You can download the Stream Blue app to watch on the go. You can also check out my other TV series, The Razzie Art Show with Reina, in said 25 Caribbean countries on Flow 1, also on the Stream Blue app, but it's also in Ontario, Canada, on Kojako's Your TV. You can listen to the Lab Video Game TV's gaming news every Thursday at 4 p.m. during the Stage Projects on Ontario's Island Radio 101.3 FM. Cats in Ontario can tune in on 101.3 FM. Everywhere else in the world, you can check it out on at cjai.ca live every Thursday at 4 p.m. That's the Lab Video Game TV's gaming news. Now with Millennium Runners, I'm saying I'm gonna run through this for about an hour, because while I do like the genre, I do like these kind of breakneck, fast-paced, futuristic racers. I'm not that good at them. You know, I've had success in a few wipeouts and what have you, way back in the days with F-Zero, but sometimes it does a little bit too much for me. You know what I'm saying? There was Fast Racing Neo as well on the. But I got mine on the Wii U, and I had a good time with it. But yeah, I'm gonna see how well I can do today, regardless. It's Millennium Runners. Let's see how it goes. A special thanks once again to PR Hound for hooking me up with the Steam key. Greatly appreciated. Let's see what can be done. How well I can do. Okay, we're gonna go straight to career and see how far I can. Nope. Career, right? Yeah, there was no other careers. Yeah, that's fine. Do that. I'll roll to the lady. Contract offers, chip customization, pilot license. Every lap is a chance to push limits. Well, let's see what happens if we just go straight to race. Love the visuals. That's the Commodore logo, you know? When I say Commodore Industries, that's the logo from Commodore 64 days, you know what I'm saying? Same dudes, I guess. Love the visuals. Why is it running like this? Hold on a second. Why is it running like this? Let's see something, because while my PC ain't no balls, it can easily handle this. But fine, let's say we take it down. Take it all the way down to medium. It's fine. We don't need motion blur at all either. Fine. See if that's what I gotta do. Running a little bit better, but still not right. Visuals are quite beautiful though. Come on. We're gonna call this first lap, this first race, the warm-up. Gonna have to get used to it. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not really that good with these kind of games. I've had success with a couple, but not a lot. And by that I don't mean racing games, I mean these specific racing games. It's gonna take some getting used to. It's gonna take some getting used to. Maybe I should have done some practice before I got in here. Hold on a second. Let me see some real quick. Let me see. Was there a practice? No, there's no practice. Okay. Tell you what. I'm gonna just take baby steps first and see what happens. It's kind of odd though. The performance, I didn't expect that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been running Half-Life Alyx on this PC. This morning I was running through Skyrim VR, modded, you know what I'm saying? So this shouldn't be an issue, but alright. Today I'll play the hand I'm dealt. So I'm gonna go through a couple laps on arcade first. It's running better now since it's on medium, but I shouldn't have to put this to medium. It's fine though, it's fine. Damn, but oversteering, man. Hold on. That is turbo. And what's this? This is turbo. Oh, I get it now. I get it now. That's a special. That's a special. It's okay. Okay, so you got turbo and then you got turbo. I got it. Come on! Whoa, the tsunami got you, son. The tsunami got you. Ooh, sent it right back at me. Shit. This is slick though. This looks really, really good. I just need to get used to the handling. But this is nice. This is nice. Ooh. Oh, come on, really? 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 Come on, that's just ooh, that's just a vibe kill. I'm just gonna go straight to career. And whatever happens, happens. Down. Ah. Believe it or not, I think I'm getting it. I think I'm getting it. Good consistency through though the pace could have been sharper. You're too kind. I think I'm actually getting it. Absolutely beautiful visuals though. Controls, there's a learning curve, at least for me, but the visuals are amazing though. Visuals are absolutely amazing. Like I said, if you like games like Wipeout and F-Zero and those kind of experiences, you may be right at home here. Fast Racing Neo as well. Wasn't very good at that one, but still one of my favorites. God, this game is beautiful. Damn, this game looks good. God. Damn, it looks good. And this isn't Ultra. Damn, this looks good. Shit, this looks good. This is why I love these games. As shallow as it may seem, they look so good. This one. Damn. It's a beautiful, beautiful experience, my friends. If you've ever been drawn into a game simply based on aesthetics, you'll understand how I'm feeling right now. This looks good. That's what I need. That's the only thing I need on a speed run. Turbo. Turbo and a nice straight. Yeah, like this one right here. It's not that straight, but you know what I'm saying. Oh. Give me the shield. I need that. That's the second thing I need. Hold on a second. How long is this? How long is this? I feel like I've been on this track forever. That little icon down the bottom is barely moving. Hold on a second. I'm not moving. Opponent's number 12. Okay. What the hell is going on? Okay. Not sure what that was, but that didn't see. That seemed to have been never ending. As speed level 1, race, opponents number. Does that mean there are 12 people? So, why does it say there's only one person in the race and it never ends? Okay, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here. But it says opponents number 12. And it's supposed to be a race, not a time trial. So what the hell is going on? Huh. Something wrong here. There's something wrong here. Let's go back to arcade. There's something wrong here. You see, that wasn't a time attack. Let's see what the Grand Prix is like. Not sure what that was about, but that seemed never ending. So if you're into games like Fast Racing Neo and Wipeout, I think I mean F-Zero is a given, but what the hell is going on? Get out of the way, my friend. Well, it's good to know I'm not the only one fumbling about. Move, fool, move! God damn it, man! Oh, Jesus Christ, this is bad. Oh! Shit. Oh! Autopilot? Let's see how that works. Okay. So is that how it's done? Okay. Okay then. Easy for you to show. Oh! What? Incoming? Oh shit. What was that? Go, man, go! Warning what? What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? Go! Okay, well, there's one thing I noticed. Maybe the gauge that I was looking at and saying I wasn't going any further, maybe it was the other way around. Maybe I just expected it to go from left to right and it was going from right to left. Maybe, not certain. But at the end, I was paying attention to the little thing there and it looked like it was progressing. So hey, maybe it was, and I just. Now I'm going to be able to tell. Now I'm going to be able to tell. Let's see where it starts. But this does say opponent number 12. I'm assuming that's 12 people in the race. You know what? This is first impressions. I'm just figuring it out as I go along, so hey. Nope. Thing is right there on the left. It doesn't move. Oh! Hold on. Something is moving though. Okay, so maybe my number is 12. It's not 12. It's not 12 people in the race. It's just number 12. Hold on a second, but there are people behind me. No, but I'm in position 13. Okay, oh no, player 1. I see now. I see. I got an idea now. I see. I see. Yeah. I see. Okay. Figuring it out as I go along. Oh man. Oh. That works. Just go. Just fucking go. That's what I need. Keep those guys behind, far behind. What we got? What we got? Talk to me. Alright, I see it. I see it. If anybody gets in front of me, I'll use it. Okay. This is the kind of experience that when you hold 7th place, you actually feel good. Doesn't mean you're good, but it makes you feel good. Yeah. It's rough, but you hold 7th place and there's a certain feeling of accomplishment there. I mean, I have an idea where I was going wrong the entire time. Like, 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, what I'm saying is the entire time I approached it initially with this. Well, the way I approach most of these kind of futuristic racers, that you never break up. You keep going as fast as possible no matter what, and if you can't take the corners fast, and if you can't stop bumping into the edges fast, it simply means you have no skills and you need to get better. But this Millennium Runners is a bit more forgiving, and you can actually release the accelerator and take your time on going around the corners, and it's forgiving. You'll start to actually see people. There's not this rubber banding effect where as you crash, somebody immediately zooms around you, or once somebody overtakes you. It's not rubber banding, but if somebody overtakes you, that's the end of it. You'll never see them again, especially if you're not driving perfect. You don't have to run a perfect lap to actually progress, and that feels good. You can use the brake. Yes, these experiences do have brakes. You can use the brakes. You can ease up off the accelerator, and you will not be punished for that, and that feels good. I'm not accustomed to that in these kinds of experiences. It's usually like breakneck speeds, from start to finish, and if you can't do the entire thing at breakneck speeds, then you're just not good. That's what I'm accustomed to with F-Zero and Wipeout and all these other kind of experiences. Fast racing Neo, you have to just keep going as fast as humanly possible. But here in Millennium Runners, you can slow down and go around the corners like you have a brain, and you will still catch up on the other guys, and the other guys are also not perfect, so that helps. And like I said, there isn't any real rubber banding because I've been doing a terrible sloppy job and still nobody gets around me in a second. Also, learning to use the anchors, the left and right anchors, in combination with the accelerator and decelerating and using the brakes. Once I can find that flow, I could do a whole lot better at this. But my point is that as bad as I was doing, don't let that deter you or turn you off from the experience. That is just my lack of skill. But even the learning curve isn't as steep as I thought it was, because you can take your time around the corners, and still, if you notice, I was in 13th position and I took my time and I eventually got to 7th position. So with practice, I can see how holding the number 1 spot is more than possible here in Millennium Runners. However, I'm going to call it for today. I said an hour, and I'm about an hour and 7 minutes in. I liked it. I'm not certain where the optimization is concerned, if that's a me problem or it is a Commodore Industries problem, a over the game problem. I'm not certain, but I do know that, like I said, I was running Skyrim VR modded this morning, and it was running smoothly, and I run VR is one of the main things I actually play, and VR is more demanding than flat games. I'm not saying you can't have a flat game that's more demanding than a VR game. Of course you can, but this shouldn't be one. I don't think it's one. It may be an optimization issue on the side of the dev, because I had to put this baby down to medium in order for it to run the way it's running right now. It was, if you were here at the start of the stream, you'd have seen how it was chugging and chugging and chugging at ultra, and that shouldn't be. I'll check the system requirements when I'm done, but I'm pretty certain I exceed, or at least meet the system requirements for a title like this, because I go through experiences on a daily basis. I get so many keys from so many different genres and so many different kinds, and even some AAA stuff and bigger stuff. And it's like I said, I mean, I can run Half-Life Alyx, so I should be able to run this. So that there may be some optimization issues that needs to be tended to on the side of the devs. Food for thought. Food for thought. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? Just to make sure, because I like to give everybody a fair shake. You know, I'm not one of those cynical guys who believe that in order for my channel to progress, I have to just say a bunch of nasty shit about everybody's work and be negative and talking about this is a that killer and this is a dumpster fire, and I don't need to go there. You know, I'd rather have one subscriber than to do that shit. So yeah. My point for saying that is I'm going to check the specs actually, because right now Millennium Runners holds a mixed rating on Steam, and in a sec I'm also going to check to see why it holds a mixed rating. Whoa! The recommended system requirements is a 4060. That explains why I couldn't run it on Ultra. I don't have a 4060. It's an absolutely beautiful game, even on medium. Absolutely beautiful. So I get that. It's a beautiful game, but I didn't expect that. That's a 4060. Huh. Okay. Well, that's why you check. You know, it's not an optimization. Well, you could still say it's an optimization issue, because you may, you know, I would still question why this little title requires a 4060, but hey, I'm no game developer, but you don't have to be a game developer to question that. But I won't come down hard on Millennium Runners for the 4060. That was not expected. That was not expected at all. What I want to see is, why did this get a mixed? It says the first thumbs down. I'm reading it right now. You guys can check for yourself. This was posted on the 12th of February. It says horrendous performance on Ultra. High was better. Didn't like the control system. You have to hold down A and boost X and steer and shift left or right. Yeah, that was kind of weird, but what happened is, where the steering is concerned and the button configurations, yes, it was a bit off. I prefer for gas to be right trigger. It wasn't. Right and left trigger were the anchors that helps you to go sharp left and sharp right. But I got used to that, particularly because I was just playing Carmageddon. I was just playing Carmageddon, Rogue Shift, and those the configs were kind of odd as well. But the first thing the guy said was horrendous performance on Ultra. So it's not just me. Second race was too long with over 6 minute laps. That's what I was going through. So I'm not really the only one. I thought there was something wrong, but that's why it was 6 minutes per lap. That's why it seemed never ending. Second race was too long with over 6 minute laps. Didn't see anyone, and pointless power-ups as there was no one to shoot. You heard me say that. I'm reading somebody else's review. You know what I'm saying? I know they say misery loves company, but that's not it. I ain't looking for company. But I want to give this experience a fair shake. And this isn't a review. I don't believe in reviewing somebody's game for just like playing the game for an hour and then making a review. You know, that's bullshit. But this is not a review, and that's one of the main reasons why I'm even reading this stuff. Because while I can't give you an accurate review based on my short experience with it, I just want to hear what some other cats are saying. So first thing, the performance. I'm not the only person complaining about the performance. Maybe I didn't have to put it on medium. Maybe my PC could have handled high, but I just figured to myself that, hey, I'm on stream. Let me just take it all the way to medium. And then the controls. I didn't say anything about the controls because I got accustomed to the controls. And I can see why the devs would want any of the shoulder buttons, either LB or RB, L trigger or right trigger, to be the anchors, because it's convenient. It's kind of intuitive that way. You know, you want to grip left or grip right, and you grip the left and you grip the right. So I'm not complaining about the controls. I can get used to that. But I do agree that the second race was ridiculous. And the same thing I told you there, it was the pointless power-ups. When I got the turbo, I was happy for the turbo. When I saw the laps going on that long, yeah, I questioned that as well. Game crashed during the live stream. Well, that didn't happen to me, but hey, needs serious work, and I think I will stick with Wipeout. Yeah, I think I get what that reviewer is saying. A thumbs up says, for its price, it has enough fun packed into it, and it takes me back to the Wipeout on the PSP. Okay, fine. Somebody gives another thumbs down. As a futuristic racing game aficionado, I'd really wanted to like this game. The controls flow well, physics are nice and flowy except for the instant braking. But devs, you can't just slap a random floating noodle between your sparse skyscrapers and call that a track. A track must be memorable, have its own identity, and integrate well with the environment with defined landmarks and, well, okay, I don't agree with that one. I think the tracks are absolutely fucking beautiful. I like the tracks. I think they're well designed and they look beautiful, not lacking character at all. It's closer to Redout than Wipeout. I would also like cockpit view available. Not you. Somebody says can't play it in its current state, it keeps crashing. Somebody says probably the most comically poor rubber banding I have seen in a racing game in a long time. Pros, delivers on the Wipeout controls. Cons, idiotic rubber banding and whatever the hell autopilot is. Autopilot was very odd. That was very odd, but I appreciated it when it happened. Rubber banding, no. I didn't experience rubber banding in my opinion. But hey, you have to improve the graphics settings. Only 3 presets I can choose, but PC is not a console. Everyone should be free to create his own experience. Yeah, so it makes sense, I guess. I'm not going to go through all the likes and dislikes, but I agree with some. I don't agree with the rubber banding. I agree with the performance. I don't see why it needs a 4060, but yeah, that's it. I just decided to check that out because, you know, like I said, I'm not the greatest at these experiences, so my opinion isn't exactly the best to follow. But it does count, and other people are experiencing the same thing. So yeah, I did enjoy it though. It's Millennium Runners. It's out now on PC, and it's hit early access on February 3rd, 2026 by developer Commodore Industries, publisher Over the Game. A special thanks once again to PR Hound for hooking me up with the Steam key. I really appreciate it. Millennium Runners, I love the way it look. The controls are very floaty. I didn't say that, but it is. The reason why I didn't point that out is because, well, it's kind of like a hovercraft, so it's supposed to float. I can't expect it to feel like Dirt Rally, right? But yeah, it is what it is. But it is very forgiving, and I don't agree with the rubber banding statement. I do believe that it is forgiving. You can actually race like, you know, not like you're driving Miss Daisy, but you can take your time around the corners instead of attempting to break next speeds around all of them. And you'll find that you start to pick up, catch up on the guys in front of you. And to me, that's one of the key components of a good racing experience. When everybody else is driving like they're perfect, and once they pass you, and if you don't run a perfect lap, you'll never see them again. That's just shit. That's just garbage. That's not even a difficulty setting thing. That's just fucking garbage. It didn't happen here. I could have taken my time in my first impressions experience and actually catch up with the guys ahead of me. And that meant a lot. So yeah, I see potential here. If you guys like what you saw, if you're curious, if this is your genre of choice, if you do like Redout and Wipeout and Fast Racing Neo, F-Zero, you missed the days of F-Zero and whatnot, then hey, Millennium Runners may scratch that itch. I'm not certain. Let me check again. One may argue that I could have checked all of this before, but hey, it is what it is. I just want to check something real quick. Oop. I was checking to see if there was a demo. There isn't a demo, but you can grab it at just $17 Canadian on Steam if it looks like a fit. This was a short one, but it is what it is. Thank you so much for all my viewers on YouTube, Trovo Live, and Twitch, however many or little of you that pass through. Always appreciated. For the cats who will be watching the VOD afterwards, much appreciation to you as well. My Caribbean family, you can check out the TV series of the Lab Video Game TV in 25 Caribbean countries on Flow One. You can download the Stream Blue app to watch on the go. You can check out the Lab Video Game TV's gaming news every Thursday at 4 p.m. during the Sage Projects on Ontario's Island Radio 101.3 FM. Cats outside of Ontario can listen to it live at cjai.ca. The gaming news is also done in a video format, so the following day, the Friday, is usually when it's up on YouTube. You can check out my other TV series, The Razzie Art Show with Reina. It's also in 25 Caribbean countries. It's also on Flow One. It's also on the Stream Blue app in the Caribbean. And it is also in Canada. It airs in Ontario on Kojico's Your TV. Yeah, that's it for now. A short one, but I had to see if I could fit in one more stream. I do my best to stream as much as possible, even though I don't stream that much. But I guarantee you, I do my best to stream a lot. I have a very packed schedule on a daily basis. I have my routines, my rituals, my responsibilities, my obligations. So yeah, I do have other things to do, but I do my best to give my energy towards my passion, which is video game journalism. Absolutely love it. It gives me peace. So I prioritize it, even though it may not seem that way sometimes because I don't stream very often. But I got my videos out on the YouTube channel. I got the television show. Got my shorts always popping up on YouTube and on social media. You can find me on Instagram, on X. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Facebook. I'm even on the grown-ups social media, LinkedIn. I found out recently that some people don't like LinkedIn. Hey, I love LinkedIn. It's all good. But yeah, I'm everywhere, and you can watch my shorts, you can watch my streams, you can watch my reviews, you can watch my Let's Plays. I do a lot of VR stuff. That is my favorite. I do not have a exclusive VR channel. I do not wish to have an exclusive VR channel. For as much as I do love VR, and it is my favorite way to enjoy this hobby, I still love flat games. I've seen people say that once you go VR, you can't go back and they'll never play a flat game again, and they'll never feature a flat game on their channel again. That's all good and well, and more power to you, because I do love VR content and there isn't enough VR content in my opinion. So the more guys who want to go that route, no flat stuff, is good for me, but I'm not going to go full VR because I never lost my love for flat gaming. And like I've said in many other streams, I do much prefer to stream flat games. I do not like to stream VR games, so there's that as well. And as a video game journalist who call me a content creator, a video producer, whatever floats your boat. I do like to help my fellow indie hustlers. So while the AAA scene, and you don't see a lot of AAA games in anything I do, you do see some. Every now and again, Microsoft may throw me a bone. A couple other AAA developers may throw me a bone. But I ain't the AAA developers and publishers' favorite because I have limited capacity, very limited capacity, very small following. So, but indies, I show indies a lot of love and I'm able to help indies, and that makes me feel good. The AAA guys don't need my help. Naughty Dog and Capcom and these cats, they don't need my help. I don't pull in those numbers. Fair is fair. You get what you earn, whatever you work for. That's it. But the indie guys, I can help the indie guys out. And there's some indie games out there and indie developers and publishers and marketing teams that I personally know that their games aren't getting the love that they're supposed to get. You'll find indie games like Hades and The Binding of Isaac, and you have certain indie games that they shoot up there and they become huge, enormous hits, and one huge YouTuber plays it and it blows up even more, and yeah, but that is not really indie love. That is love for a successful indie. But there are other indies that are very good, credible indies that aren't getting any love at all. And so the bigger YouTubers and the bigger content creators and the bigger journalists, the IGNs and the bigger cats aren't showing love to certain indies. I mean, there's just so many. That's just the way it is. That's the way of the world at the end of the day. You're going to have a whole lot more people on the audience side of a Beyonce concert than people on stage, if you get what I'm saying. So that's just the way it is. But I do like to play my part. And that's one of the other reasons why I do a lot of flat games, because there's lots of flat developers out there and publishers out there that I know that personally, even in my limited capacity, I can help them to promote their games. I can show it to a Caribbean audience. I can show it to the bunch who watches any of my videos and what have you. My videos hardly ever go over 2,000, 3,000 views. But for the 1,500 people who watched my video, that's 1,500 people more who saw your thing. For the between 100 to 2,000 people who watched my video on YouTube or TikTok, my short, that's 2,000 more people saw your thing. I'm saying? Social media has twisted our minds, You upload a post onto social media and 10 people click the like button and you're not satisfied because there are people out there who are getting 10 likes in 10 seconds, and by the end of the day they have 1 million likes, and you don't feel good about yourself knowing that you only got 10 likes. But 10 likes is a lot. 10 likes is a lot. Like, go outside on the street right now in the public and start talking and addressing a topic that means something to you and see if you can get 10 people to pay attention to you. You can't. To have 10 people actually like what you did, it means something. You know what I mean? So I am the kind of person who counts my blessings, and my point is maybe others do as well, because publishers and marketing teams and PR people and game developers, they reach out to me on a regular basis to make content for their stuff. And I'm not saying it makes me special, because I'm sure they did it with like 2,000 other people. But the fact that people keep giving me their stuff to promote, it means that I'm having some kind of an impact, and that actually matters to me. And that's a part of what I do. I know I seem to be going off on a tangent, but the stream is done anyway. So if I'm talking too long, that's the beauty of things like television and the internet and the radio. You can turn it off. You know what I'm saying? It's not a classroom where you have to sit and pretend to give a shit. But my point is that even my radio series every Thursday, the Sage Projects, I play a lot of indie music. I play a lot of independent artists who are not established, who are not mainstream, who are doing this on their own, and they're making their own music and spending their own money, and it's all out of pocket, and they ain't rich or nothing, but they're finding the money, And these artists, it's hard to get your music to be played on any radio station, anywhere. It's a fact. It's an absolute fact. So while I have the platform to play music to a lot of people in Ontario, I could be playing big guys, all those big dance hall artists, because it's a reggae show. I do play Canadian musicians, local musicians, but it's primarily reggae music. 80%, 90% reggae music. I could play the music from I could just grab the hits off YouTube, wherever. I could just find the hits and I could just play them. That's easy to do, and I could be playing all the popular artists. But I don't want to do that. these popular guys, they don't need my help. You know what I'm saying? The Shaggies and the Sean Pauls and whoever else is running the show, they don't need my help. If I play their song, they don't even give a shit. But the indie artists, you play their music, they actually care. Even if all of them don't express this gratitude, it matters to them. Because I understand how it is. I used to be, I wouldn't say a musician, that'd be a stretch. But I used to be into music and, you know, reggae rapping and what have you. Wasn't very good at it, mind you. But I used to do it. And I understand the struggle to actually get your music to be played on a radio station. I understand the struggle because I was in television for a very long time in Jamaica, in the entertainment television industry. I was a content manager and a senior editor for an entertainment station, cable station. And I remember how these artists felt. It was hard to get their music videos to be played. Some would offer you money. Some would beg you to play their music videos. Some would hate you for not playing their music videos. Some would make music videos that were crap and, you know, I just can't play this crap because it makes my station look bad. It wasn't my station, but if you get what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I understand the struggle. I know how it feels from both sides. And the same thing goes for video games. These video game developers out there, indie devs, one man indie team, putting 7 years into one game, and then you finally finish the game and you refine it to the best of your ability. You put your heart and your soul, your blood, your sweat and your tears into this game. And when you put it out there, before it even reaches to the point where people start to play it and criticize it and tell you that your labor of love is complete and utter fucking garbage and it's a dumpster fire, before people even start to get a chance to shit on it, that's a completely different, hell to face. That's a different thing. It's horrible, but it's a different hell to face. Before you even reach to the stage that people can start thumbs down your shit and say your hard work means nothing, you can't even get it in front of people. You can't even. You have lots of best kept secrets out there on Steam, on the Nintendo eShop, on Xbox, on PSN that people don't even know exist. People put their heart and their souls and so much sleepless nights. You know, they go hungry. Relationships are lost because of the time they invested and the energy they invested in these things. And then they put it out there. Nobody cares. Nobody sees it. Some people see it and then they don't like it. And the people are so unforgiving. And gamers are like a specific breed of people. Like you have people who watch sports, and you have people who are religious fanatics, and you have people who are into this and into art. And gamers are a different fucking breed. I'm just going to tell you straight, gamers are fucking assholes, entitled assholes, and they do not fucking care, and they do not have compassion. This can't go for everybody, because of course I play video games, I'm a gamer as well. There are others out there who have compassion, but it's like gamers get a kick out of kicking people in the nuts. Like, okay, fine, like you make a game and it's like they're daring you to entertain them. Okay, let's see what the fuck you just made. They don't even want to, they don't even give it a chance to say, it's maybe good. They just want to find the bad first. That's just the way gamers behave. So you gotta be on your fucking A game. And sometimes even when you're on your A game, you ain't got the budget. You ain't got the Microsoft and the Naughty Dog and the Rockstar budget to push your product. So sometimes the best some people can hope for is like, guess what? 5-6 years from now they're gonna be calling my game an underrated hit, a hidden gem. It's rough. It's rough. Well, that's my lecture and my rant for the day. It's the Lab Video Game TV Live, where our game is never over.
Watch Season 13 of the Lab Video Game TV in 25 Caribbean countries only on Flow One. Download the Caribbean's premium streaming app, Stream Blue, to watch on the go. International video game and esports journalist Wayne Benjamin presents the Lab Video Game TV since 2003. Our game is never over.
I don't do a lot of standalone Quest titles, but if memory serves me correctly, there are not a lot of quality racing titles for standalone Quest. And although it may be too soon to call it, VR Formula One Racer Race Club by developer and publisher Mixer Lab Games is shaping up quite nicely, with so far a simcade feel to it. These F1 cars handle a whole lot better than I expected. Look out for more on Race Club from the Lab Video Game TV soon, thanks to the PR team for the MetaQuest access.
More Jamaican-made indie games. Will Ace Combat 8 have VR support? Did I find my best zombie apocalypse experience for 2025? And we're off to a great start for 2026. Kingston, Jamaica-based Sprite Wrench Studios is at it again with another Steam release. I got a bunch of new releases, indie, AAA, and VR to talk about. And I just may have found my favorite Undead Apocalypse experience for last year. Freestyle is still a thing for this season, for this year. You want in? Send your best gameplay clips to contact at thelabvideogametv.com to be featured on Flow 1 in 25 Caribbean countries. Grab a MetaQuest key for Breachers, your Rainbow Six Siege in VR. In this episode's Game Key giveaway. Be in the know. Visit the website at thelabvideogametv.com. Download the Stream Blue app to watch us on Flow on the go. Check out the Lab Video Game TV during the Sage projects on Ontario's Island Radio, 101.3 FM and CJAI.ca every Thursday at 4 p.m. I'm the Sage and you've just entered The Lab.
Released January 29th, 2026 on Steam, PS5 and the Xbox Series platform by developer K148 Game Studio and publisher Jandu Soft. You're a private investigator with apparently a new disorder. It's called UFOphilia. In this first-person psychological horror experience, you investigate and explore in the back of the beyond locations inhabited by anomalies. You're hell-bent on proving the existence of extraterrestrial life in Earthrealm. So you're on a mission to track down and obtain photographic evidence of this phenomenon. Use the UFOphilia software to track, identify, and capture pictures of random aliens, never knowing which or what kind you may encounter. Some dangerous, some just as curious as you are and quite friendly. But it's a roll of the dice. Don't drop your guard. Things can go from ET phone home friendly to full-blown xenomorph category in the blink of an eye. Will you be ranked as a mere conspiracy tinfoil nutter or a distinguished Roswell agent? Only one way to find out, partner. Grab UFOphilia on your platform of choice and get to work. Thanks to Jandu Soft for the PS5 key. Look out for a stream of this one over on Trovo Live, YouTube, and Twitch from the Lab Video Game TV soon.
Watch Season 13 of the Lab Video Game TV in 25 Caribbean countries only on Flow 1. Download the Caribbean's premium streaming app Stream Blue to watch on the go. International video game and esports journalist Wayne Benjamin presents the Lab Video Game TV since 2003. Our game is never over.
An indie VR experience has come a far way since its early access release last year. The Sage gets thrown out a plane by the undead, and you should never trust a VTuber. That's right, we've got more indie and VR games than you can shake a stick at. We've had our eye on Dixotomia by developer and publisher Deep Matrix since its early access launch, and while it's still a bit rough, the 1.0 is a huge improvement. The Sage takes on the undead yet again in a first impressions feature of City of Hunger VR. And there are some dark happenings in the world of VTubers, in the real face of a VTuber, and a whole lot more in gaming news. We're getting ready for more freestyle clips. You want in? Send your best gameplay clips to contact@thelabvideogametv.com to be featured on Flow 1 in 25 Caribbean countries. Grab a PSVR 2 key for System Critical 2 to get warmed up. Get prepared for the brutal System Critical 3 releasing later this year in this episode's giveaway. Be in the know. Visit the website at thelabvideogametv.com. Download the Stream Blue app to watch us on Flow on the go. Check out the Lab Video Game TV during the Sage projects on Ontario's Island Radio, 101.3 FM and CJAI.ca every Thursday at 4 p.m. I'm Panda, and you've just entered The Lab, sending good vibes. You're watching the Lab Video Game TV Live. Our game is never over.